Hey guys, for today's video, we're gonna look at this sand filter pump that I received from AquaStrong. This particular pump have a system flow rate of 3,000 gallon per hour and a pump flow rate of 3,800 gallon per hour. This also have a maximum sand capacity of 100 pound and minimum sand capacity of 70 pound. Or if you want to use the filter ball, it only takes 4.6 pound of filter ball. If you have an above ground pool, you probably have a filter where you just install one hose on one side and then out to the other. With the sand filter, since you have a separate filter and a pump, you're gonna have an extra hose that you need to connect. So let me go ahead and show you all the connections, and we'll talk about its features, and also we're going to install this into my pool. So if you look at the pump itself, you'll have two ports right here. So you have one here and another one here. So this is where your water outlet is going to be installed. The company gave you two different type of adapters. So you have this female thread right here, and then you just put this thing in if you have the 1/2 inch threaded connector, and if you have a 1 1/4 inch hose or the 1 1/2 inch hose that just have a clamp, you can also use this. So you can put this right here or this one right here, and the same thing with this, and also right here. So this thing gives you a lot of flexibility when it comes to installation. So for me, I have the threaded end, so I'm gonna be using this on my install. Now if you look at your pump head, you'll have two holes here, and the top is actually going to your pump, and this one is going back to your pool. To the front of your tank, you have your pressure gauge. This thing can handle up to 30 psi, but you want to keep your psi to the green mark right here. Once you go to 10 or 12, you want to backwash your filter if you're using a sand filter pump. But if you're using a filter ball, you have to take the filter ball out and wash it. So before we install it, let's talk about the settings first. So the first setting that you have is your filter setting. So this is going to be for regular filtration and vacuuming, and basically the water is going to be coming from the pump to the filter media and out to your pool. The second one is the waste setting. So this one directs the water straight to waste without filtering, and that waste setting is actually gonna come out on this side right here. Okay, I think you want to use that when you are vacuuming algae from the floor of your pool. That's going to be the best way to use that waste setting. And then right here you have close setting. According to the manual, this thing just stops all the water flow, and it says do not use this while the filter is running. So you probably just want to use this when you're storing your filter. And to change the setting, you want to push it down and point it to where you want. Okay, so the next setting is going to be your backwash, and the backwash is going to reverse your water flow, and this is used to clean the filter media. So if you have a sand filter media, you're gonna be using the backwash before your pressure gauge goes to red. If you have the ball filter media, then you need to take out the ball and wash it. Your next setting is gonna be recirculate, and this is going to bypass the filter media and just pull the water and then push it back out to your pool without filtering it. And the last setting is rinse. This is used after you do your backwash. Okay, so after you backwash your sand, you want to do a rinse, because this is going to level the sand bed after you backwash your filter media. Now if you look at the pump, you're going to see that you have different numbers here. You have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and 24. So this is a timer option, and how this works is, let's say you turn on your pump right now at 12 p.m. and you selected 4, let's say, so it's gonna run from 12 to 4, and then at 12 p.m. the next day it's going to run again for 4 hours. So if you select 10 hours, it's gonna run from 12 to 10, and it's gonna turn off the pump, and it's gonna turn on again the next day at 12 p.m. Okay, so to install this, you have different ports here. So this hose right here will pull the water out from your pool, and I'm gonna put this thing right here. So let me just go ahead and do it this way, and again you want to do counterclockwise until it sits into the groove, and then you tighten it by hand. Next, you want to grab the hose that goes back to your pool, and then you want to put it right here on the bottom port. So I'm just gonna go right here. So counterclockwise until it sits into the groove, and then clockwise. So I'll just do it by hand. And now you're wondering, how are you going to connect this? Well, it comes with this interconnecting hose. Okay, so this thing goes to the pump right here and to your filter. So I'm just gonna go like this. Okay guys, so we just had our pool filled with water now, so now we can turn on the pump. To turn on the pump, you just want to turn on all your valve if you have any of this, so that all the water will go and fill up your water pump. And if you notice, my hose have changed, and that is because this is actually brittle now. I notice, so when you go like this, it breaks easily, so I have to like replace this thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn this thing on. Hopefully there's no leaks. So I'm just letting all the water go in, and also I'm gonna turn this thing on as well. And then I'm just gonna make sure that I set this up to filter, since I have a filter ball. If you have a sand filter media, make sure that you do a backwash first. So you're gonna go this way, and then after that you want to do a rinse to level up the bed, and then you want to go filter. Okay, so right now I can still hear the water filling up this tank right here and this pump. So let me go give it a couple more minutes and wait until everything is filled up with water before we start it. I don't have any more sounds of water flowing in, so let me go ahead and turn it on. There you go. And now you can see the water there. And let's go ahead and check the pool. You can now see the water flowing freely. So I would say that we have a successful install. I hope that you found this video helpful to you. If you want to see more pool videos, make sure to click the like and the subscribe button, or you can also check my pool playlist. And again, thank you for watching.